Trading Junkies, welcome to EminiJunkie.com, your Ask Trading Mentor's free trading video for Monday, September 26, 2011. Today we had a total of 10 executable trade signals for a max potential of 13 ES ticks. This video is for educational purposes only, is intended to highlight our high probability trade setups and give you a feel for the quantity of trades taken each trading day using this approach. A full trading plan and daily live trading room can be accessed via our website at EminiJunkie.com. Okay, this morning was quite interesting. We had a nice push up in the overnight session, and then just prior to the open, the market had started trading off. We were just outside of what we would consider to be our high probability gap range. Opened up right around 1140.25. You can see the market did push down and actually filled our half gap. Took a little bit of bounce on that and took another relief move to the downside towards the full gap, but in the process on that bounce we actually had a signal to get long. Luckily for us, we did get enough of a pop here to get us out of our first position, T1 minus 2, as it quickly went down and filled the 4:15 and 4 o'clock gap. And it wasn't until after the news announcement and it pushed down towards the pivot that we started to get the bounce later in this morning. But you can see right around 10 o'clock we actually did have a signal reset. Targets 1 and targets 2 were filled for 10 ticks to the downside, and then we actually put in our lows right around 10:15. Now it was pretty interesting because when we started to get this push up through our moving average, we were sent right into a signal long, and it did not make it far enough to get full target. It was just missed it by a tick or two. So we ended up being stopped out on that initial push. And if you were trading markets, you know the market came back down, made what we call a pattern double bottom, kind of a shape of a U here, and went up and broke that neckline. And a little bit of chopping in the process, but the real key was after we pushed past this neckline at 31.75. And I'll just go ahead and mark that on the chart for you. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let me just going to go ahead and mark that on the chart for you here, and you can see when we came down, we had a signal to get short. The signal was right here as it came on the other side of that pivot. Quickly got targets 1 and targets 2 for 9 ticks, and there was this fast move to the upside. Pretty much an idealized setup as we were coming across this 10:45 confirmation time. First contract off, full stop out, little shake out there, but then the market, when it broke this high that I had just marked here, you can see it broke through it, kind of used that level as support, but that was really the indication that that neckline on that double bottom was breaking, and that gave us some upside targets. So the market, as you know, did move higher, and it was about this time of day that we was looking at an ultimate target around 11:58, and towards the end of the day it ultimately did get there. But it broke out of that neckline, pushed higher, and it was it was off to the races, and we were back at our open heading into the lunchtime dead zone. Now between 11:30 and 1:15 we do not initiate any new trades. We just kind of sit on our hands, and that's due to some of this back and forth price action you're seeing, and it's usually an increased volatility on a lower volume. Coming out of lunch we had a few other signals. We had a T1 minus 2, a T1 minus 2. This was just kind of back and forth chop. They're set up a signal right about 10 till 2 Eastern time that ended up hitting targets 1 and targets 2, and we were moving right back to that open, and then the market started giving a consolidation move when it was just underneath that open, and unfortunately for us during this consolidation we had a signal right here as it broke down underneath our moving average, full stop out, and then it turned around into a quick signal for a target 1, target 2, 8 ticks, and then it pushed higher, and you can see here towards the end of the day it did ultimately make it up to that 11:58 number that we talked about in the room mid-morning. So all in all, it was an active day. There was a lot of periods of consolidation that sent us into some periods of chop, which took some ticks away from us, but we ended up with 10 trades today, 13 ES ticks. I want to thank you for watching. For more details on this plan, including all the chart setups, or to join our live trading room and video newsletter, please visit EminiJunkie.com or just simply click the link at the top of the screen. Thanks, and make it a great day.